Okay, so I'm gonna try my best to explain this the best way that I can, like on why people stand with Vic and like the entire story. So here's a picture of Vic Mignogna. And up here is a picture of Vic Mignogna. Oh, over there is a picture of Monica Rial, right? So I'm gonna break it down for you the best way I can and why people are standing with Vic and like why this whole thing doesn't really make sense. So for years there were rumors that Vic Mignogna was this sexual predator. They likes to prey on people. Now, before I get started, I want to ask you one thing: is to keep an open mind. Whether you're a type of person that believes in rape victims or if you're neutral about it, just keep an open mind for a second. So, for years, again, Vic Mignogna was a sexual predator, and then actress Monica Rial, who is the voice of Bulma, and Vic Mignogna is the voice of Broly from Dragon Ball Z, and she suddenly comes out, Monica Rial, saying that Vic sexually assaulted her, or has been sexually assaulted her. She said that he would often pull back her hair, whisper into her ear, or one time they went into a hotel room and they kissed, and they watched a video together, and then she left when she told him she wasn't interested. But then suddenly, people started asking Monica Rial, like, since she came publicly on Twitter, what actually happened between her and Vic. But suddenly she attacks her home fan base and tells them not to ask her questions. But her fan base just wanted to know what happened. And at first, everyone was on Monica Rial's side. They were saying, oh, kick Vic. Vic's a sexual predator. And they have all these pictures and photo evidence of him doing this and videos of him doing this. So, after this, photos started and videos started appearing online of Vic being this sexual predator. But then, out of nowhere, someone found this. Say you should Photoshop that picture so it looks like Vic's hand is on your chest. That way, no one can claim that it's out of context, and it makes Vic look worse than he is. Okay, so there you go. You have Facebook photos, and on Twitter also, of people trying to Photoshop evidence making Vic look like this sexual predator. And over here, this guy says, falsifying evidence, I guess, even if it helps make Vic look bad, even if it makes Vic look like Hitler. Well, so these people are acknowledging that they are making and photoshopping fake photos to make Vic look like the sexual predator. And now over here we have this girl named Casey J. Harwood. And she isn't the only girl that this has happened to. But photos of her surfaced online saying that Vic Mignogna came up to her, started hugging her aggressively and kissing her. But she came out with this photo a couple of days later. There is a photo also going around with Vic giving me a kiss on the cheek, and they are falsely stating I was 20 years of age in 2012. I am only 21 now. This particular photo was taken in Manchester and at dinner, and I set up that my mother was present among with other parents. I request these photos myself with my mom and Vic's consent. I do not want to be involved in any of this negativity towards Vic and cause him any distress or bad press. Vic is genuinely a nice man who I admire and look up for many years. In no way have I gotten anything to do with the negativity towards Vic or the allegations. Seeing this has distressed me tonight, and I wanted to set the record straight. Keep your head up, Vic, and try to rise above. So, when these allegations came up that Vic for years was this sexual predator, and suddenly you had this Facebook group, private Facebook group, suddenly saying like, oh, we should make Vic Mignogna look bad. Let's falsify evidence, basically. Let's Photoshop to make him look like a monster. And all these photos popped up of Vic being the sexual predator and over here. But people were not harassing Monica Rial. They were actually going to her defense when this whole thing started. So they were like asking her, oh, what happened? Can you tell us what happened? We're sorry that happened to you. But she's like, no, you guys harassed me. You do it again, I'm going to call Homeland Security. Which, why the fuck would Homeland Security even care if you're just asking what happened and they're coming to your defense? And so she attacked her whole fan base overnight. And her fans were like so confused by this. They were like, it was mind boggling. You can even watch the entire Twitter fight. And I have other photos I want to show you. So, and this particular thing happened where Sean Schemmel, he's attacking fans and calling them idiots for not believing Monica Rial, but Monica Rial gave no evidence or didn't say what actually happened between her and Vic. He said that she pulled her hair and kissed her on the cheek or like whispered in her ear, but nobody has photo evidence or videos of that actually happening. What they do have photo videos of is Monica Rial actually sending Vic kissy emojis and actually being really friendly with him, standing in photos with him. And like she said that this has been happening for years with Vic, but she would continue to have photos with him, sending kissy face emojis, go back to his hotel room alone, watch videos with him, and stuff like that, which is actually very strange. And now we come to this. Sean Schemmel said that a fan called and said that they were going to swat him. Well, at least that's what allegedly happened. But then another fan said, I was just swatted at home from a Kick Vic supporter. And this is where the story gets even more interesting. Not just the fake photos or the fake videos, but this is where it really gets fucking interesting. So, this person right here, her name is Samantha, I can't say her name, Hart. So she contacts Sean Schemmel, says that she was swatted. And for the I Stand With Vic people. And Sean Schemmel goes on Twitter and he's like, oh, you guys need to stop joking around. This isn't funny. Like, someone's already going to get hurt. But here's where it gets interesting. People actually checked this person's Twitter account, and this person posted photos of her alleged swatting. And they checked her Twitter account, and they found the exact same photo of the alleged swatting, but 3 years ago. Not recently, but 3 years ago. Which further proves that this person was actually lying. And this person lied about being swatted. And here's where the story gets even more interesting. Is that this person actually works at Funimation, which is the same company that Monica Rial works at and Vic Mignogna works at, which is so fucking mind-boggling. So, let's get something clear about why people are standing with Vic. So over here, you have people saying that they should Photoshop evidence of Vic being this sexual predator to make him look bad. And over here, you have all these photos of debunking that Vic was even a sexual predator. And over here, you have somebody that works at Funimation already being debunked and already proven that they staged the swatting attack and that they actually faked it on their Twitter account. Sean Schemmel gets mad at his fans because he thinks it's one of his fans that did this. No, this was actually somebody that worked at Funimation. And that's what's so funny about it. So, now, it gets even more interesting because there is like something, like a twist, right, in the story, more of a twist. So again, Vic Mignogna is made out to be the sexual monster deviant predator, right? But Sean Schemmel, Chris Sabat, the voice of Vegeta, and Monica Rial are attacking their own fan base when they're just asking, hey, what happened? Because she came out publicly and said Vic Mignogna sexually assaulted her. But when she came out with her story, it made no goddamn sense. It makes no fucking sense. I don't care who you are. It makes no fucking sense. Like, so she said he pulled her hair back, would constantly kiss her on the cheek, but every photo shows them always together, smiling, her sending kissy face emojis, and there's not one photo, one video of Vic Mignogna pulling her hair back and kissing her on the cheek like that. On top of that, in her story, she says that she was so creeped out by Vic all these years that a couple months ago, she went to an event and Vic invited her to her hotel room where they watched a video together and then they hugged and kissed, and then she said she wasn't interested and then she left. But in her story, she says that he tried to get away, but someone walked into the hotel room and then she got away. But at this point, no one can really fucking believe her because not only did she attack her own fans, but she falsely stated, I'm going to send your tweets to Homeland Security. And all these people photoshopping evidence on Twitter, and this person who faked this swatting account, and that happens to be someone that works at Funimation. So you just got happening. That's allegedly what has been transpiring. So I don't know, man. Like, these people, they haven't been straightforward about their story, and also every single allegation of Vic sexually assaulting people, all the stories, every single one of them on Twitter or Facebook have already been debunked. Like, oh, I went to dinner with Vic, and then we went back to his hotel room to have a few drinks, and then he kissed me. I said no, and I left. Guys, that is not sexual assault. And those people claim that that was sexual assault. No, he invited you to go to dinner. You went to dinner with him, and then he invited you to go to his hotel room. You said no, and then he tried to come on to you, and then you said no, and then you left. So it's one mind-boggling thing after another. And I might not be explaining it the best way that I possibly can, but that's basically what went down. On top of that, voice actors like Chris Sabat, the voice of Vegeta, who fans have come to Vic's defense of already calling fans like faggots, like on Twitter. You can go and look at that. Sean Shelby's calling fans like idiots, and at the same time, Monica Real's husband has come forward and threatened Vic Mignogna legally. And you know what the funny part about all this? Vic Mignogna hasn't said anything. The only thing he has said and come out with, like, I apologize that this happened. I didn't know that people felt uncomfortable. I wasn't sure. Like, he never admitted to sexually assault anybody. He just said, I'm sorry, I didn't know I made people feel uncomfortable. Not acknowledging that it was sexual assault. He did say, however, that I didn't know people were uncomfortable with me all these years. Now, here is the final nail in the coffin with this whole story. The final nail in the coffin is that Monica Real, there's stories circulating already of Monica Real actually not being a very polite person when it comes to Comic-Con conventions or anime conventions. It shows her stories of her actually belittling fans, like calling them fat, calling them ugly, or whatever. And some voice actors have claimed that this has happened, sitting right next to her, like, oh, you're a fan, oh, I love her, bye, oh, she's so fat. Like, basically what she's been doing. So, this entire situation has made Vic Mignogna seem like the good guy, while Sean Schemmel, the voice of Goku, Chris Sabat, Monica Real, all look like dumbasses. They look like complete dumbasses. Even Monica Real's boyfriend, they all look like complete fucking dumbasses. And the one person who's been accused of, who has showed these photo evidence online and videos online, on the videos and photos actually show a completely different story than what people are saying, that Vic Mignogna is the sexual predator. So there's so many videos of Vic Mignogna walking up to people, giving them a hug, but it's actually the other way around. It's actually the fans hugging Vic Mignogna, giving him a kiss, and sometimes Vic Mignogna gives a kiss back because they do something nice for him, and he feels obligated, oh, I gotta do something nice for you, okay, thank you, whatever. And there's so much video evidence and photo evidence of Vic being nice to fans, while Sean Schemmel, Chris Sabat, and Monica Real have video and photo evidence of them being complete fucking assholes to fans. There's even videos... No, there's a photo of Sean Schemmel grabbing a fan by the waist, and he's touching her boob, probably by mistake. And the same thing with Chris Sabat. He's posting messages on people's Twitter's account saying, oh, I wish Vegeta and Bulma would always be together at any age, whatever. Which doesn't make him look like a very nice guy. It makes him look like kind of a sexual predator. But at the time he posted that, no one really thought of it. And that's where Sean Schemmel and Chris Sabat are like, they're contradicting their fucking story. Like, they're making Vic to be the sexual predator when they have worse photos and comments that they have made. And Vic Mignogna has never made, like, a bad comment, like, on Twitter or Facebook or even out in public. And so far, there is not one photo of Vic being the sexual predator that everyone's made him out to be. And there's all this evidence of people photoshopping evidence, people staging fake swats. And that's why people are standing with Vic. Now, I probably didn't change your mind at the end of the video. You probably just said, oh, whatever, I'll still kick Vic or whatever. Or you probably already do stand with Vic. But the reason why people are coming to this man's defense is because there's so much false allegations already. Monica Real's story doesn't add up. All the sexual assault stories don't make any fucking sense. They're not sexual assault. There's fake photoshopped evidence. And then there is the alleged swatting incident that was made by someone that actually works at Funimation. And all this really does, it works in Vic's favor. He's gonna sue like so many people based off this. Oh man, there's so much to this story, and there was so much twists and turns that it was actually kind of hard to remember everything that happened. But, so anyways, guys, let me know what you think. Do you think Vic is still this predator, or do you stand with Vic? I personally stand with Vic. Well, I'm going to tell you one little story before I leave, is that before all this happened, 1 month before all this happened, I had no fucking idea who Vic Mignogna was. I had no fucking idea. When this Monica Real came out with the sexual assault allegations, I was like, oh, okay, so this guy's a sexual predator. But then all these photo evidence, and there's like dozens online. I've only shown you like a few examples. You can go find dozens of examples online of his photos being debunked and his videos being debunked. And this fake swatting incident, and then Monica Real and Chris Sabat and Sean Schemmel attacking their own fan base when it was their fans that came to their defense in the first place. It makes no fucking sense, and their stories make no fucking sense. And all the video evidence of Vic Mignogna being the sexual predator actually just shows him being a genuinely nice guy. Like, oh, here's him being a sexual predator, just like, oh, he's hugging a fan. But Sean Schemmel, Chris Sabat are doing the same fucking thing. That's why people are standing with Vic. Like I said, I didn't know who Vic Mignogna was before all the story kicked up. But this is the reason why we should have evidence before you believe the victim. I'm not victim blaming, whatever. That's what not people are doing. It's just that nobody came out with any concrete evidence whatsoever that Vic is this monster. But instead, there's a plot twist to the story, is that the person that's accusing Vic actually looks more like the bad guy than Vic Mignogna. And the same thing with her colleagues, the people that work on Funimation, they genuinely look like monsters. So that's what I'm going to leave it on a grain of salt. You guys can make up your own minds if you want, and that's the best way I can explain it for you. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Don't forget to tell me what a dumbass I am. I did try my best to explain in this video, and if I didn't do very well, I'm sorry. I tried my best because there was a lot of information to remember what exactly happened in this story. And there's still more stories coming out, and Vic Mignogna is coming out saying that he's going to sue everybody involved. Well, I mean, he's going to sue people. He didn't actually say he was going to sue yet. You know, I'll go back on that word. But everyone's assuming that he's probably going to end up suing everyone that made those fake video, photo, false allegations. Probably going to sue Samantha Hart because he has the right to, because he bashed her name, bashed his name, so whatever. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys later. I tried my best. I'm sorry about that. Peace out.